All right, and now we have the AT&T Business Carrier Update with Donny Gilbert. Donny, what do you got for us today?
Today I brought you the drive-in tender rejection map, Zach. You're looking at the our legend down here. You can see where the white markets are 0 to 3.29%, which is all this white is, right below our spot market rates are right below the contracted rates. The next shade of blue is 3.29% to 6.58%. These very light shades of blue through here, that's where the spot market is kind of even with contracted rates. And as we get darker, we go to 9.87, 6.58 to 9.87, 9.87 to 13. These are where the spot markets have gone above contracted rates. So right now, carriers need to definitely try to run towards the blue. But that's not always possible. So using our sonar maps, if you have to run a load when you get to these areas that are white, it's because your options have been limited. You need to look into these markets, dive into your charts, and figure out if you're getting the optimal rate for the area that you're running to. And once you get into these markets, you need to find out and try to run back to the blue where your options are greater.
So are you telling me that they need to run over here into like Iowa, North Dakota, South Dakota, or is that?
Well, some of these up here are a little bit darker blue in the higher regions because their volumes are so low.
Okay.
But now Iowa and getting on down into probably eastern Kansas and throughout the kind of the heartland here, these areas are still a good area for them to run into. Getting out on the West Coast, you start having a lot of, you get a lot of miles, but your rates are going to be a lot lower. The Midwest right now is a very strong area to keep your trucks running into. The Northeast, it's always weak in the Northeast. Nobody ever really wants to go in the Northeast. You get a lot of money going in, but here coming down the Northeast, you're $1.10 a mile, and so it's really tough. You want to try to get back down to the Pennsylvania area and then back over into the Midwest. But right now, probably one of the best areas to keep your trucks in is probably the Midwest area.
Right on.
But you do want to run out and you do want to run longer miles. I've also brought an update on the reefer tender rejection reports. The reefer has a lot more white in it, but looking at the legend, 0 to 8.79% is your white areas. So this is your areas that are below or right at contracted rates. And when you get into the blues, these are the areas where your rates are getting above, your spot market is getting above the contracted rates. You're a lot more limited right now on the reefer. We're past produce season. There's kind of one more season coming up that I'm looking forward to, and that's kind of keep an eye up here on Idaho.
There
Potatoes, it's a little bit early, but yeah, coming up here in end of August, September, your fresh Idaho potatoes are going to be grown and they're coming to harvest. You can always pick them up year round because they're stored up there year round, but this is the actual harvest season. This is when it's going to pick up. If you're in Salt Lake City with a reefer, you're going to deliver, you're going to move your truck north, you're going to be deadheading a few hundred miles to get other loads and bring them out across the U.S.
And also apples.
Apples are going on right now for Washington. So in the heartland here in the middle, we still got our poultry season. That's been running strong all year long. And over here on the East Coast, you got a little bit of your produce season still in the upper areas of the Southeast and kind of moving up into the Northeast a little bit. So again, run your trucks towards the blue, and when you get your options that, because of limited options, you're going to have to get in these areas where the markets aren't so strong. You look at those markets, dive into those markets, make sure you're getting an optimal rate, or you might just need to walk away. Once you get in there, get your truck and run back to the blue where you have more options and get you a long haul of what you need.
All right, carriers, you heard it. Run to the Midwest and the blue states.
Improve your fleet's efficiency with AT&T Fleet Complete, a 4G solution for tracking vehicles and simplifying ELD compliance. AT&T Fleet Complete, delivering fleet solutions for every business.